Hey, welcome to the Relentless Sportsman channel. This is a channel for well-rounded hunters and anglers. Today I'm going to show you a really great setup for trout fishing using a spinning rod and a spinning reel. Stay tuned. Okay, so what we're looking at here is a Trout series rod by St. Croix. And what I really like about this rod is that it's light action, 6'4" in length, so it's not very long. It's not very short. It's got a fast action tip. And what's on here is the Daiwa Revros LT 1000. I have a video that I'm going to put right up here where I've done a complete review on this reel because I do believe this is the best reel money can buy for the price. It's an affordable setup. So with that smaller size reel, that's really great. The 1000 size for panfish and trout in streams. This is a great budget-friendly, simple setup that I've caught hundreds and hundreds of native trout in the streams right here in Wisconsin. So since it's a fast action rod, what that really means is that when you bend the tip and then it goes back to being straight, it goes back very quickly. That's all that means. So I know what some of you are thinking. You're probably thinking that if this is a St. Croix rod, it's got to be kind of expensive. Some St. Croix rods are, but a lot of them are not. This rod, it's a very good rod, but it's not near as expensive as some of the rods you can get from St. Croix. So for that rod, I actually ended up paying $80. Remember that St. Croix rods can sell for $500 or more. They're very expensive rods. So the line that I put on this rod is a basic 4-pound mono. I use 4-pound because, like I said, I use this to panfish and catch trout in streams. But if you tend to fish bigger streams, maybe with bigger trout such as brown trout or rainbows, I would go to at least 6-pound tests, if not 8-pound tests, even with this setup right here. Something that I would strongly recommend is making sure that you have a snap swivel on the end of your line. That's going to keep your line from twisting, and it's going to keep your line lasting for a longer period of time. You do not need expensive line all the time. This is very basic 4-pound monofilament line, and this is done really well for me because I take care of my line and I put the snap swivel on there. You do not want sunlight on your line, so when you're done fishing for the end of the day, take your line and your rods or whatever and put them in a dark area like a closet or a dark room in your home so that the sunlight doesn't touch the line. Alright, so the really cool thing about this rod, when I purchased the rod and the reel right here and the line, the entire thing cost me less than $150. So it was a very simple, affordable setup for the time. It's still a simple, affordable setup, but I have some bad news. While I was creating this video, I researched how much St. Croix is now selling this exact rod for, and they're now selling it for $145, not $80 for this size. You can purchase the rod in different sizes. If you get a shorter rod, it's going to be less money. If you get a longer rod, it's going to be more money. But there is still good news. This reel, the Daiwa Revros, is still $50. If you know anything about Daiwa reels, you know that even the cheaper ones, like this one, is still made with good quality. It's got a great drag, and you're going to be really happy with a simple reel like this. The reason why I pick 6'4" for the length of the rod is quite simple. I fish a lot of small streams, and sometimes those small streams open up to look more like larger rivers. And this is perfect for a larger body of water, but it's also perfect for a smaller trout stream, the ones that I like to target native trout, especially brook trout. With that being said, if it was any longer than 6'4", I'm gonna find myself in my back cast hitting brush all the time. But at the same time, I can fish larger bodies of water if I want to. And what I recommend you do, if you want to get started and you've never trout fished before and you're just looking for ways to get into the sport, I would still recommend buying this rod. I would recommend getting this reel. It's a high quality reel for a very affordable price. Get any kind of line you want, 4-pound tests, maybe 6, maybe 8, depending on the type of fish you normally catch in the streams that you go fishing in or you plan to go fishing in. And then I highly recommend buying a multi-pack of Panther Martin spinner baits. I like to go with size 2, 4, and 6, depending on the type of water I'm fishing in and the depth that I'm fishing at. If I'm fishing a small trout stream, for brook trout for example, I usually go with a number 2 size. But you really can't go wrong with this bait rigged up with this system that I just shared with you right now. You're gonna have success if there's trout in the stream you're fishing. If you would like to learn more about the reel I just showed you, that Daiwa reel, check out this video right here. It's an in-depth review of the reel I was just discussing for this rig. If you have any other questions about trout fishing in general, it's one of my favorite things to do. Please let me know and I'll be sure to answer your questions as soon as I can. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you again next time.